What's up, guys? This is Market Omega back at it again this Friday with another weekly recap. I'll be going over standout trades from this week, so without further ado, let's jump right in. All right, guys. So this week has been kind of busy. Let's just start with the SPY. So basically, it looks like they're going to pass the stimulus, just like I thought. And right now, it's already passed. Obviously, it's passed in the House. It went over to the Senate, and now they're just kind of the Senate made some amendments to the stimulus. So basically, what they're saying is they wanted to take out the $15 minimum wage thingy, and also. Well, actually, they took that out, right? And then they said they wanted to lower the income threshold. So I think from 80,000, they're lowering it to 75,000. And basically, what that means is, if you made more than 75,000, you don't get the stimulus. Well, you don't get the full stimulus, I think. And then if you make less than that, 75,000 or less, then you get it. So that's basically what they agreed to, and they're also thinking about they're talking about lowering the weekly unemployment from 400 to 300 and have it end in September. So all that obviously is not what most people expected, but still that's a lot more than nothing basically, right? People are going to get $1,400. I mean, a lot of people are going to get $1,400, and what is going to happen is I think they're going to deploy that capital to the market. So a lot of people, like if you look last year, there was the Robinhood traders, and these guys were home. Some of them just didn't really have much to do because all the businesses were closed, so they had to think of other ways to make money. So a lot of people opened Robinhood accounts and decided to trade the stimulus that they got, and the result of that was the market. There was a lot of volume in the markets, right? And we saw a lot of stocks, especially in the small and micro cap market, just take off. There was a lot of stocks just going crazy, and I think once the stimulus passes, which by my calculation, it should get passed by Saturday. And worst case Monday, and it should be on Biden's desk Tuesday for him to sign, either Tuesday or Wednesday. And then when that's signed, then the checks go out this week, the week of the 14th. They start to go out, right, the direct deposit. So hopefully, the last time it took about a few weeks for after the stimulus was sent out for the momentum to materialize in the market. So I think that's what's going to happen this time. So hopefully before the end of March, early April, we start to see some crazy momentum. Now, technically, just looking at the SPY, we dipped, but if you watch my last few, the last few videos I've been making, basically I just said, regardless of what happens, the SPY, we're gonna keep on going. Okay, if they reached a deal that was lower than 1.9 trillion, right? Say they reached a deal and it was like 1 trillion, right? The SPY will probably tank. We're probably going to fall, but, maybe get close to 350 and then, bounce from there and just keep going back up. But if it's 1.9 trillion, we're just going to keep going back up. And I think that's what's going to happen, okay? So that's that for the broader market. Now, just looking at the individual stocks. So on the first, which was Monday. So I traded. Let me go back here, guys. I traded SOS. So SOS was a stock that I traded on Monday, and basically, it was just more so. Where was that the first? Right, it was right here. So I basically called this out in chat, and I just said this was going to be an opening drive setup. And the reason I was so bullish on this setup is, it's a bull pattern right there, right? Look at this right there. Okay, that's a nice bull, almost a cup and handle formation. But and then also, if you go take a look at the, let's try to look at a bigger time frame here. Let's say, I don't know. Let's just say 10 minutes. Okay, so 10 minutes. You're gonna see right here, right? It's a nice inverse head and shoulder too. So that was a nice break to the upside, and basically got I got a nice win off of that. Okay, and then we have ASLN, right? So basically, my thought process on ASLN was I was just gonna short this thing. Why? Because the underwriters, HCW. Okay, I keep on talking about these guys, right? HC Wainwright, they're the underwriters. These guys, every time you see these guys, what they do is they come out with some type of news, prop the stock up, and then they eventually sell. And I think that's what they've been doing for the last, I don't know how long, right? So every time I see these guys, I'm either gonna stay away from the long or I try to short it. And 9 times out of 10, they always have the same pattern, right? It's just pop in pre-market, open, and then just chop around, right? And that's the same thing. Okay, it was just a HCW underwriter, and one of my, one of the guys in chat, Salve, he brought it to my attention. He's like, "Hey, Market Omega, these guys, this is HCW," and I looked at the filings, and I was like, "Yep, sure enough, same thing." So I basically shorted the pops, and I got the fade on that. Then on the second, we had Rocket Mortgage, right? What's that? Yeah, RKT. Okay. So RKT, out of nowhere, this thing just starts popping, right? Now, if you've been sleeping under a rock, you probably won't know about the Reddit group, right? The guys, the Wall Street bets. So what they're doing is basically targeting these stocks that are highly shorted, and they just band together. They band together and they take huge positions. Well, not huge positions, but everybody just gets together and is like, "Hey, look, this stock is highly shorted. Let's all buy it and squeeze the hedge funds that are shorted." And that's what you see. Okay. And then there's also this FOMO, this feeding frenzy, when if everybody else knows that this is the Wall Street bets guys are getting into a stock, they just jump in because they want to ride the momentum. So with this, I mean, I wasn't gonna be left out. I jumped in, just bought on dips. That's pretty much it, right? Long the dips, sell the rips. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. Okay, I mean, this thing went from 29 to 45, right? I think, yeah, it was like 45 right here. This is crazy. That's a crazy move. So I just longed the dips on RKT, and as soon as I saw it was Wall Street bets, boom, got in. I don't advise anybody to use that strategy as their main strategy. Okay, I don't think you just want to get in because everybody gets in. I mean, obviously I've been doing this long enough to have more experience, but the main reason why I got into stock was basically I was the momentum. I was just gonna ride a wave and trade it based on my abilities. All right, so that was RKT, and then on the third we had SLGG. So on the third, where was that? It's right here. So I basically just traded this in pre-market. I think just bought the dip on there. Just looking at the stock, it was, I mean, there was just the tape, right? So when I was watching the tape, there was a lot of accumulation. Every time the stock would drop, there was this big bidder that kept stepping up on the tape, right? Every time he stepped up, and every time the stock would wash, bam. On the tape, you see a lot of bullish order flow. So, and then it formed a nice pattern, right? Nice lower highs, and then basically it was getting long on it, and then just sold out. So that was SLGG. And then on the 5th, which was today, we had XTLB, ICE, SLGG, AESC. Oh gosh, one second here. AESC, WTRH, CLPS, AQMS. Okay, and then we had AEI and GWAC. So AQMS pretty much was the same thing, right? HCW, right? These guys. So what they do is they come out with like an an analyst upgrade. Okay, and I talk about this in chat all the time, right? So these guys come out with, hey, hey, we're upgrading the stock to $50 or whatever it is they threw out of their butt, right? I mean, this stock was, when they came out, the news was like $4, right? And they came out with an upgrade with a price target of $8, which is pretty much 100% from current levels, right? And what they try to do is get people to sucker in. They sucker in the guys that jump in, and then they just dump it. Okay, they do this then all the time. It's the same old song and dance, right? If you go back and look at LIXT, right? LIXT last week, same thing, right? They came out with an upgrade, and I think they upgraded this thing to like 20 or something, 15. Got the fade. Those guys are known for games, man. HCW. Just be aware. Whenever you trade in the stock, just kind of, have an idea of who the big players are. And a lot of times when you see HCW, just be aware of their games. And then save the best for last. We had eyes. So basically, when I looked at eyes in pre-market, I didn't really think this was gonna have any type of action. I was like, I've traded eyes before. It just never really trades well. I just kind of saw this and I was like, nah, not really my cup of tea, right? And out of nowhere, this thing starts ripping. I think I got long on like a dip somewhere, right? But then when it started getting volume, I was like, whoa, hold up. This is not the same, right? So they must have trapped a lot of these shorts that kept slamming, 350s, and then it ripped, and then it came below fours. They were to try to short, the shorts try to short it below 4, right? And they got trapped, right? They got trapped, and then bam, this thing went up again. So it was just crazy, man. This was move, it was really, it was a nice upside trade. So basically, every time I see this, I try to buy the wash. Okay, whenever I see the stock having a lot of strength, I try to get in on the washes, and then I use tape, right? Just watch the tape. Just look at the tape. When you see the bullish momentum coming in, or you see, when you're watching the tape and it looks like buyers start stepping in at particular levels, you want to get in. And that's basically what I did with this stock, right? So these guys that were thinking that this stock is going to fade at the open, they were probably just adding, thinking that they'll get bailed out, and then they got blown out right there. Okay, so this stock was really good. The only issue I had trading this stock was I might have over traded it a little bit, and in addition to that, and in addition to scaling out the positions, my broker made out like a bandit today. Okay. I probably gave my broker a lot of money just on the scaling out. Because every time you scale out, you pay commissions. And that's one of the downsides of scaling out of a position, right? But the beauty of scaling out is basically you lock in your wins. And, if the stock comes down to stop you out, then, you just get out. At least you made money on the trade. And if the stock keeps on going, then you're still in it, right? You still have some skin in the game. So that's why I love scaling out. But the drawback to that is you're going to rack up a lot of commissions. So it's it's advisable. Excuse me. It's advisable to talk to your broker and try to see if you can negotiate a good commission rate, right? Or you can just trade with a broker that has zero commissions, right? So, a lot of these brokers have zero commissions, but I don't recommend them for day trading. All right, so that's about it, guys. You guys have been great. Thanks for tuning in this week, listening to my weekly recaps. And, guys, feel free to check out my service, all right? MarketOmegaTrades.com. Guys, we're growing, okay? We keep growing slowly but surely. And, every time I get on the mic, I usually get on the mic 30 minutes before the market opens, and I walk everybody through my watch list, the levels I'm watching, my thought process. And one thing that differentiates us from other chat rooms is we're not out there pumping stocks, right? And we're not out there comparing P&Ls, right? We actually have a strict process that we follow, which the process is, we minimize our risk and we maximize our profits, right? We pay very close attention to risk management. That's like the number one rule. All right. And this is like a community. Everybody gets together. There's no egos. Feel free to ask a question. We actually have different channels. We have a crypto channel for people that are into crypto. We have the large cap channel. You can mingle with others in the large cap group. General chats channel. We have news channel. We have the options trading channel. We have swing trading channel. So we have all the above, right? Whatever you feel suits your style, then we have a channel for you. And all the guys in there are great guys. Just we all exchange ideas with one another. Okay, so feel free to subscribe to the chat room. It's marketomegatrades.com, and then check out subscribe to my YouTube and turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload new content. And also follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. All right, I post my ideas on everything from stocks, cryptocurrencies, sports, and life in general. All right, you guys have been great. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.